doesn't have to be boring, you know? In fact, you can do some pretty fun stuff as a freelancer, and I know it because I've been there myself. I know the concept of fun may be different from one person to another, but here are some of the funnest jobs I've had over the last 9 years as a freelancer. Enjoy. P.S. The last one was pretty fun if I do say so myself. The first one is called 6 Christmas Post Designs. Now, one thing you must know about me is I love Christmas, okay? Like, I'm already planning on putting up my Christmas tree on November 1st, and there's nothing nobody can say to make me change my mind, okay? So obviously, when I got asked to do this job, I didn't even think twice. All they wanted me to do was to design 6 post images for their Facebook page. Pretty simple, right? Honestly, now that I'm thinking back, like this was about 2015, so it was probably the first or one of the first social media related jobs that I ever did. And now I'm a social media manager. So I guess you can say this one got the ball rolling. I'll try to find some examples for all of these jobs of the things that I actually did, and I'll put them right here on the screen if I can find them. But if I can't, just know that it had a ton of Christmas trees, a ton of snow, and all that good stuff. Now, the next job is called A to Z London themed icons. Another thing you must know about me, I absolutely love London. Like, I can't even count. I lost track of the amount of times that I've been there, and I can't wait to go back. And honestly, this will become a common thread amongst all these job posts, is they were all done around stuff that I already loved. And that makes it even more fun, right? Like when you love what you're doing or the topic that you're working around, it just makes it a lot more fun and kind of a no-brainer to take that job. Essentially here, they wanted me to do a compilation of icons, one for each letter of the alphabet, and each one had to be a monument or some sort of landmark of London that started with that letter. Also, it's important to note that this job was also in 2015, and at the time I was heavily looking for any art related jobs because that was the only talent I thought I had. And again, if I can find the example, I'll put it right here on the screen, but just know that it was a lot of fun. Next up, designing 2D balls for a casual game. Alright, so on episode number 3 of Things I Love, we have games. I absolutely love games of every kind. I love playing them, I love watching them, and I love making them. If you guys don't know, I actually participate in Global Game Jam every single year with my boyfriend, and we create a game in 48 hours. It's kind of like a little challenge that, you know, people do, apparently. So creating assets for a game is something that I do love a lot, and I already do for fun. So if I got paid to do it, that's even a bonus, you know? This client was actually pretty cool because they had everything. They knew what they wanted, they knew what they didn't want, and they were able to give examples, so it was pretty easy to work with, and I had a pretty great experience. You know, from what I can recall, this was a long time ago. I believe I created a handful of ball designs for them to use in their game, and some of them, if not all of them, had pretty funny faces on them. I believe some of them were even Halloween themed, so I really hope I can find them and add them right here on the screen because it would just be fitting, right? Now, I have a question for you. What's one thing that you love to do that you would love to get paid to do? Let me know that in the comments. Next up, we have marriage proposal animation. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I love marriages and proposals. But I guess we can all agree that those are fun things, right? Honestly, it was just a big honor to be able to be a part of somebody's special day like that, and I had a lot of fun doing it, so it made the cut. As you can imagine, this client was actually in a pretty big rush. They wanted it done by Thursday that week because they actually had plans to post that animation on a Jumbotron, which I honestly wish I would have been there or that I would have watched a video. That would have been so much fun and so fulfilling as a freelancer. But you know, at the very least, I really hope she said yes.
Read this.
I do.
She said yes! Man and wife. My little macaron, baby!
I actually know for a fact that I have this example to show you, so I'll play the clip right now. And by the way, humble brag, the client was actually pretty happy with the work I did. And they said, I wish every Upwork freelancer was like her. So win-win, I guess. Now, on to helping an animal shelter. Now, let's go back to things Sylvia loves for a little bit and talk about pets. I absolutely love pets. If you know me, you know I have 3 cats and I love them with all my heart. They're like my kids. And there was this company with a pretty fun and cool idea where they would put webcams on different shelters around the world or Europe so that the shelters could set them up and have them live stream their animals, I believe 24 hours a day. The idea of that being that the people could watch the animals live and that could, create a deeper bond with the animals so they could, 1, donate to the shelter to give them food and blankets and all that good stuff, and 2, that would get more adoptions. So my job was actually to reach out to the shelters and pitch them the idea to see if they would be interested in being a part of the project. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I only got 1 shelter to agree to that, but my sales skills were definitely not what they are today. I still don't think I'm perfect, but they were not good at the time. But nonetheless, it was a fun project to work on and it was for a good cause. So again, win-win situation. If I can find a company, I'll have them linked down below so you guys can check them out because I definitely think it's very interesting, especially if you're a pet lover like me. Now, last but not least, we have testing co-working spaces in Lisbon. Now, I talked about another job in a previous video where I got to go to Lisbon and get paid to go to Lisbon to take some photos, but this one was even better. And that's because I got to work while working. Let me explain. Essentially, my job was to hop from one co-working to another and test the different co-working spaces and give feedback. So essentially, I would go to that co-working space, I would do work for another client, which was very meta, and I would get paid twice, essentially. Basically, this client had an app where you would pay a monthly fee, so kind of like Skillshare, and you would get access to all the co-working spaces in your area. I think even if you were traveling to a different city, you could use the co-working spaces in that city as well. So it was pretty cool. I would have signed up if they had more available in my area. Again, if the app is still a thing and I can find them, I'll link them down below so you guys can check it out. I know they were available in many different cities, so maybe they're available near you. That being said, if you have any questions about freelancing or Upwork or anything like that, feel free to leave those down below in the comments or shoot me a DM over on Instagram. I'm always there to help you guys. And in the meantime, I recommend you watch this video right here on more random jobs that I've done on Upwork, and I'll see you right there. Bye!